We're out here again this morning working on the Smith & Wesson revolver cylinder removal tools using Qualichem coolant. Stuff is fantastic. No funguses, no funky smells. Does a wonderful job of lubricating the cut and keeping it cool. Very happy with the product. Out very well for us, very low maintenance, mixes well, pulls everything, and the cut difference does a real nice job on lubricating and helping the cut. We don't break any bits anymore from grabbing, so we've been very pleased with it. I did, however, custom make a coolant system. I have a good gauge on this side that tells me the overall pressure of the filter. When it starts going up above the 4 or 5 psi mark, I know it's time to change the filter. The filter also keeps any of the fine microparticles out of the cooling fluid, making for a cleaner cut, longer tool life. I also custom built an aluminum tray for my coolant sump. The stock pump went in there. I just plumbed it around. I put in a waterproof receptacle here to plug it in. And this is nothing more than a cooking sheet that we put a large diameter screen on to catch any big chunks from going down. And then this is just a piece of Scotch-Brite that we have it flowing into, and as you see, it catches the majority of the pieces, and every now and then we just take it out and clean it out. But so far this has worked out very well for us. I like it a lot. Nice clean installation. Made the little bracket there to hang it off the back. Got the bypass. Used the stock coolant mount fixture, and so far it's working real good. Enjoying it. Again, using the Qualichem smooth cut 251C coolant, mixing it at the 7.5 to 8% on the brick scale, and it's working out very well. Well, we're working on the 79 Toyota Land Cruiser again today. The stock fuse block uses the old round style fuses. It's seen its better days. So what I'm going to do is attempt to switch it over for this fuse block. It's a Ford Explorer 96, 97, but it uses the blade style fuses. And gives me a few more options that I didn't have with the old fuse block. So I'm very carefully removing the pieces. We're going to put on some shrink wrap and cover them up well. And we are going to solder the connections. So we've got our little heat gun here all ready to go. Got our paste flux here, and we've got our 50/50 solder over here also ready to go. Lead acid core, standard solder, and we've cut this enough to where we can get some good wrappage around here. Here, so it's good and ready to go. Of course, we put a little bit of our flux on the wiring. We get the trusty torch here going. Get that good and hot, and then we will proceed to solder these together. You could use butt connectors, but Butt connectors are a mechanical union. A lot of amperage is going through here, some heat. I really wouldn't trust a butt connector for the full use of the wire. These are, some fairly heavy gauge, high amperage. So I prefer to solder these. Some lesser important circuits maybe butt connected, but these we're definitely going to solder. So just hang on a second here and let's get this heated up, and we will see what we can accomplish. A little flux on the tip. Pre-wet the tip. And then we try to transfer the heat through the wire. And the whole idea is to heat the wire up. And then as soon as the solder starts to suck in, if you've preheated the wire, the solder should suck up through the wire, making a really good transfer. We just got to get things warm enough. Pretty thick wire here. Once it gets hot enough, a little too warm there, the solder sucks down through the wires, making a very good connection. And we're done. And then we let that cool just a little bit. Then we use the heat gun to melt the shrink wrap. And there we have our first one done. We'll rinse and repeat. Each one of these big wires has 3 circuits, and the middle one has 2. On this I have, that's a single, that's a gang of 2 or 3, and this is a gang of 4. So I'm probably going to use this one, and possibly this one. Should equate enough for those. And we will eliminate the factory fuse box. Have a blade style fuses. This one also has the blinkers integrated in it. The stock one uses the plug-in on one of these modules. I'm probably just going to leave it for the stock configuration, and remove this one so that we keep the stock blinker in place. I don't see a reason to reinvent the proverbial wheel on that one, but I definitely want the better fuse block in place, because you can get these blade style fuses anywhere. The old style fuses just are getting kind of scarce, not as readily available. Not that they're unreliable or anything like that, it's just for the ease of usage and maintenance. I think I'm going to keep them. I'll remove this old this wiring that I'm not going to use, and I'll put marks on the fuses that will be used. These reinsert across here, and then I think this one, and this one get powered by this wire. Yep, 1, 2, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 fuses right there, and I think this other one does 3 or 4. But that's where we're at. We'll continue working on this, and once I get this back where I want it, I'll bring y'all back in. You can go to your local junkyard and come across this stuff, and you know, I think I paid $5 for this one at the local junkyard. But like I said, uses blade style fuses. Most of these won't get used. About well, 8 of them will, and we'll bring you back when we get this done. Well, we're all finished. Here's the old fuse block, and here's our finished product with the new fuse block. We still got these 2 fuses that we can incorporate. We even have the matching fuse block cover. We'll just come up with a mount here and here for this to go up under the dash. As you can see, this has all been reset. I'm going to reseal this piece here, and then this will be ready for installation. Another piece of the puzzle completed. Stay tuned for further updates. We have been quite busy. We've got the bed back on. The fuel tank straps are redone. These are bolted in place. Everything's lining up nice. Next thing to do will be to cut up where the floors go, and we will start to get things put together. We'll be